Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed Virabhadrasana, chair pose. It's a strong pose. Be kind when you practice. This video is going to be Warrior 1. Not going to lie, I'm not too keen on this pose. Not too keen on this pose at all. So what I'm going to do is straight after this video, I'm going to do a lunge as well. So if this Warrior 1 doesn't work for you, got to be in mind that if this doesn't work for you, then I'm going to teach you a lunge in the next video. Okay, so you can substitute this Warrior 1 for a lunge. I say that because of knees. Okay, and I'll talk about it in a second. So Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. I'll start with right side. What do I see? I see right foot forward, left foot back. You can see from this angle here that right foot is way back behind that. You see that line through there? That left foot is all the way out the way. Actually, my toes are in line with my heel. This is what I see a lot. Your hips end up out the way. Sometimes I see straight legs. Sometimes I see people really deeply lunging into their Warrior 1. You know, I also see that left foot 90 degrees, okay? And then they're trying to pull. This is the problem that I see with Warrior 1. They turn their foot out, they take a really long lunge, and then they try and twist the body forward. And you're just twisting into that knee. I can feel it now. It's just twisting into that knee, and people don't that's what I don't like about it, that back knee. Done right, it can be a nice pose. And there is a lot going on about it, but done wrong, it can be, especially over a period of time, can be detrimental to your knees. I don't really like it, but this is why it's important to teach. So yeah, what I see, long stance, sometimes straight legs, sometimes that left foot's 90 degrees. Then people trying to force the pose round, arching into the back, lifting up. My shoulders don't really allow hands to prayer. Can do it, but it's really tight. Doesn't feel good for me, so I tend to take my hands wider. Hands to prayer is fine. And not arching too much. Again, it's just that lumbar compression again, isn't it? If you're leaning back, trying to get your heart up and lengthen, you're just getting that dumping into the back. So you're dumping into the back, you're twisting into your knee. What is going on in your pose? Yeah, what are you trying to achieve? What does it feel like? Do you think because it's Warrior 1 and there's a lunge element that it has to be super deep lunge? You're trying to get somewhere where the body doesn't want to be. Okay? That's what you need to ask yourself. That's what you need to question. Always straighten up your mat, as you know. So right foot coming forward. Obviously, depends what side you're doing. I'm leading with the right foot. Actually, I'll do the left foot, actually, because I've just done the right. Give my left knee a rest. So it's actually a shorter stance. I'll come into this. Let's go from downward dog. Let's go from downward dog. Let's press him back. So you're doing a shorter stance. When you bring that foot forward, you bring it behind the left hand. We're not coming right up to the top of the mat. It's a shorter stance, okay? So, yeah. And then that right heel, the back heel, drops down to the floor at a 45-degree angle. And sweep the arms up. So let's just focus on the lower half of the body. Now, from this angle, you can see this back foot is stepped across the mat. Yeah? So there's a nice bit of space. So my back knee's not twisting half as much as what it was. Then from here, you've got space to pull the left hip back and the right hip forward. You'll see that as I do that, that left leg straightens a little bit. So it's not straight, but we're not aiming to get. The deeper I go into that lunge, the more the hips go off to the side. It's not what we want. We want to be square to the top of the mat. As we square to the top of the mat, that leg straightens. Okay, we want that back foot at a 45-degree angle, so it's pointing past our shoulder. It's not going to the wall, pointing past our shoulder. Create space. So our hips and our chest are facing the top of the mat, facing you there. Okay, slight kink in that left knee. Not super deep, not straight. Slight bend, halfway between the two. Feel into the hips. Feel engagement here. Yeah? And then what happens, I can feel it already straight away. My back arches because of the position of the hips, okay? So try and pull that sternum in. Okay, so that reduces some of that lumbar compression. It may be that you need to straighten that leg just a touch more. Sweep the arms up. We're not reaching up around the ears. Pull the shoulders down, round the back, and then down the back. Okay, sternum pulling in. Tendency is what you see is this because people are trying to get their arms up. Again, if your arms come to here because your lats and your pecs and your shoulders allow this, then that's fine. Try and avoid trying to get the arms up by coming into this kind of back bend. Okay. Retract the shoulders. Same as that Utkatasana, it's just practice for this kind of pose. Retract the shoulders, but pull the sternum in. So we're not arching. Nice and neutral through the spine. Shoulders peel back and then down the side of the body. If your shoulders allow, I've got wide shoulders, bring the hands into prayer, but create space around the head. Okay? There's a lot going on in these poses. Breathe. See how it feels. Again, record yourself. See how it looks compared to how it feels. Okay? Release. Some people might say, and if your body allows it, that right heel, that back heel in line with the front heel. If your body allows that twist, then fair enough. Just be mindful of that back knee. The thing that scares me the most is that twist into the back knee. Some people really overdo it. And that lunge as well. The lunge to try and get that depth. And then that twist into that back knee. And then that lumbar compression as well. And they're just dumping weight into places that it shouldn't be dumped. Okay. So shorter stance. When you step the hands, we're coming from plank or downward dog. When you step the foot forward, I'll do the right side this time. Step the foot forward just behind the hands. A short stance. Left heel down to the floor, 45 degrees. As you come up, feel that leg, toes pointing, 45 degrees off, past that left shoulder. Pull the right hip back. We don't want to be straight, but we don't want to be in a deep lunge. Once the hips are square, shoulders are square, pull the sternum in, sweep the arms up. Warrior one. Can take the gaze up if it feels good. Can stay neutral. Maybe the hands come into prayer, but keep that space. Good. Well done. So that's Warrior 1. That's all we need. Utkatasana, Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. That's all we need to implement into our Surya Namaskar B, our Warrior Sun Salutation B. Everything else we've learned already in the series. So it's nice increments. I'll do a lunge. Then we're getting to connecting the sequence. See you in the next video.